Hello and welcome back to our FCS Dynasty in NCAA Football 2006. Today we've got a full broadcast again, and we have Cal Poly traveling to take on the 3-5 Northern Colorado Bears. Cal Poly is 6-1 on the season. They are undefeated in Pac-10 play. And taking a look at their roster, they are a pretty stacked team. We got Demarius Lamache, Eric Spears Jr., who is actually technically better than Alexander Connor, but Connor outplayed him in the spring game and took over the starting position at quarterback. So the defensive line is pretty stacked. Greg Ford, Demarius Lamache, and Paxton Erdley is another defensive tackle. And they have some talent at receiver as well. Desmond Lewis, Malik Higgins, and Raul Lozano III at halfback. This team is really fun to play with and hopefully fun to watch. This is their first appearance in a subscriber versus subscriber game. And of course, we got the Northern Colorado Bears. Smokey Callahan, 89 overall. Gavin Brady, he is suspended for this game. That is the fullback. And they have a pretty decent offensive line. Sebastian Hernandez, Mike Heath, and Will Jefferson. And Darrell Statz leading the offense at quarterback. And on defense, they're pretty thin. They've got Bully Cooper and Deacon Cooper. Those are both the safeties. Deacon Cooper is the free safety. Bully Cooper is the strong safety. And of course, they have two stout halfbacks, Darius Mitchell, the sophomore, the only sophomore subscriber player, and Eric Tavares. I do have Cal Poly winning this one. They're so good. They have so much firepower on offense. And I think we're going to see that on display here today in Greeley, Colorado. Let's get into it. The Mustangs are going to kick it off to start the game. That means we're going to see Darrell Statz, Eric Tavares, and Darius Mitchell on offense first. Crowd going crazy already. The Bears need this win big time if they want a chance at making a bowl game. And back deep to return, that is Darius Mitchell. He's on the Adam Vinatieri Award watch list. He returns this up to the 22-yard line. And we will see Darrell Statz leading the offense onto the field here to start things off. The offense looks like this. Darrell Statz, Eric Tavares, Darius Mitchell, both halfbacks. Howard Bresnagel at receiver. Smokey Callahan at tight end. And the offensive line, hold on, here's Darrell Statz on the option. Eric Tavares picks up close to a first down on the first play of the game. But the offensive line is left tackle Mike Heath, center Sebastian Hernandez, and right tackle Will Jefferson. The Bears, they have 9 players on offense, 2 on defense. Very thin, of course. And they're going to come out in the I formation. Tavares in at fullback, filling in for Gavin Brady, the suspended star fullback. Statz hit as he tries to throw it. That pass goes nowhere. And that will bring up a second down and 10 situation for the Bears. So we're already seeing some nice pressure up front from the Mustangs thanks to Greg Ford, Paxton Erdley, both defensive tackles, and Demarius Lamache at defensive end. Statz going to drop back to throw, and he is sacked on his second pass attempt. That is Sims, the non-subscriber left end. We've got Demarius Lamache playing some right end today. And that will bring up 3rd and 15 here for the Bears. The rest of the defense for the Mustangs is Joseph Lozano out there playing some corner, and Ralph William playing free safety. 3rd and 15. Statz under center. 4 wide receivers set, and Statz is going to try to throw it. Hit as he throws. He wanted Darius Mitchell, and that pass goes nowhere. So the Mustangs get a nice stop on the first drive of the game. Just 1 first down to start things off. High snap. Nice kick. Way downfield. My goodness, all the way inside the 25-yard line. Malik Higgins calls for the fair catch. Let's see how Alexander Connor performs today. He's got over 2,200 yards passing on the season, 20 touchdowns. He also has 390 yards rushing, 8 scores. And they're going to start it off with a run here to Lozano III, and he picks up a few. The Cal Poly offense is this. Alexander Connor at quarterback, Eric Spears Jr. at quarterback, backing up Connor. Raul Lozano III at halfback, Desmond Lewis and Malik Higgins at wide receiver, and Dan Williamson is on the offensive line at left guard. Connor going to drop back to throw it. Nice completion down towards the sideline. That is Johnson, a 4-yard pickup. That'll bring up 3rd and 2. And I'm expecting a Raul Lozano III run here. He has 841 yards rushing this year with 10 touchdowns. He also leads the team, or no, he's actually second on the team in receiving yards. 21 catches, 519 yards, 5 touchdowns. He leads the team in touchdown receptions, and he gets close to the marker here. See if they give it to him. And they do, in fact, give him the first down, so both teams get a first down on their first drives. And the defense for the Bears looks like this. Deacon Cooper at free safety and Bully Cooper at strong safety. And that is it for subscriber players. Here is Lozano III picking up the first down. That was way too easy. So 2 first downs now on the first drive of the game for Cal Poly. Desmond Lewis has 23 catches on the season, 401 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He also has 14 pancakes on the year as well. So he is a very good run blocker. 2 tight ends set, though, for Connor. He will throw it. And he finds his man. That's Lozano III, and he gets 12 yards and a first down. And Cal Poly continues to march down the field, making it look a little too easy. Malik Higgins, 26 catches on the year, 695 yards, 4 touchdowns coming into this game. He also has 598 kick return yards with 2 touchdowns and 256 on punt returns. Connor going to drop back to throw again. Hit as he throws, and that is deflected away by Bully Cooper, the strong safety. That is his 15th pass deflection of the season. He also has 44 tackles, 2 for a loss, 3 picks, returned for 56 yards, 4 forced fumbles, 2 fumbles recovered, and 1 touchdown on the year. Connor hit as he throws again, but he finds Johnson for another Cal Poly Mustang first down. Connor is a risk taker at quarterback. He's kind of a Brett Favre type, but he has shown a lot of production this year. 28 total touchdowns, 12 picks on the year, over 2,500 total yards. And he's going to try to hand it off here. Lozano breaks the tackle, but then is taken down by the face mask. So tack on 5 yards at the end of that run. That'll bring up 1st and 5 for the Mustangs. Head coach Michael Tops not happy with the call. Father of Heisman Memorial Trophy winner Ken Tops out of Mississippi State, having a rough go of it his first season at the helm here in northern Colorado. And the Mustangs hand it off again. Counter. Lozano fumbles the football, though, and that was, I believe, Deacon Cooper on the forced fumble. That'll be his 2nd on the season. Luckily for the Mustangs, they recover it at the 23-yard line. They get a first down out of it. Crowd trying to get into it. It's not even a packed house today. It should be, as they're taking on the top team in the Pac-10 currently. And down, oh my goodness, wide open, and Davis hurdles a defender and gets it up to the 5-yard line. That was actually Brock, the fullback, excuse me. It looked like Mike Davis, the backup halfback, how fast he was moving out there. 10-play drive so far, 72 yards, and over 2 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock. Connor under center at the 6-yard line. And he's going to throw it. Drops back wide open, and they're going to lose 3 yards on this play. The receiver had to come way back for that one. 3 consecutive completions for Connor, who some think are the top quarterback, is the top quarterback of our 12 schools. Right now it's pretty close between him and Lamar Jackson. 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line after losing 3 yards on a pass play. Connor going to throw it again. Rolling way out left side, tosses it out, and that's Malik Higgins for the score. That was too easy. And Higgins finds the end zone for his 5th touchdown reception of the season. His 7th total touchdown of the year. And the cornerback just kind of fell on his own face right there. Not very good coverage from the Bears, but that's going to happen when you have a cupcake team and all you've got on defense is 2 safeties and no corners. So a quick, well actually not a quick, but a methodical drive from the Cal Poly Mustangs results in the first points of the game. 7-0 after this extra point. The Mustangs will have the lead, and the kick is up and good. Not an ideal situation for the Bears. They cannot afford to get down in this game, because who knows if their defense is going to be able to hold up against Alexander Conner in that offense. But Conner with his 21st touchdown pass of the year. 29th total touchdown. And the Mustangs on for the kickoff. Back deep to return, Howard Bresnagale and Darius Mitchell. And they're going to kick this one to Mitchell, and he's going to take it out of his own end zone. Up past the 20, Jukes gets in the open field, up past the 30 to the 34-yard line. A very nice return for Darius Mitchell, who has over 600 kick return yards on the season with 1 touchdown. He also has 331 punt return yards and 3 scores. And he leads the team in rushing with 901 yards, 7 touchdowns. Shotgun formation, Mitchell to the left of Stats. And they're going to go option that side. Stats has the first down, pitches it out to Mitchell in the open field, past midfield, the 40, the 30. Darius Mitchell is going to take this all the way for the score. And Darius Mitchell now has 8 touchdown runs on the year. And that was a perfectly run option play. Linebacker was trying to give chase. He did not stand a chance against the speedy sophomore halfback, who is now closing in on 1,000 rushing yards this season. What a way to answer back if you're the Bears. A long drive from the Mustangs and a quick touchdown drive. 1 play from Northern Colorado. That's getting the home crowd fired up. And with the extra point, they will tie this up. And kick is up, and it is good. So we are all tied up 7 apiece as the Bears look to get their 3rd conference victory of the year. And looking to hand Cal Poly their first conference defeat of the season. They're 4-0 on the season. Northern Colorado is 2-2 right now in Pac-10 play, 3-5 overall. Bears on for the kickoff. That is Barr, the kicker. And the kick is deep, like they usually are, to the 2-yard line. That is Desmond Lewis on the return, cuts it up and gets to the 26 or the 27-yard line. Desmond Lewis over 350 kick return yards on the season now. Conner back under center, Lozano behind him. 4 wide receivers set. And Lozano's going to pick up maybe 2 yards on that play. They're not having a whole lot of success running the football. Maybe 1 or 2 plays where Lozano's able to get in the second level. But he's usually met at the line pretty quickly. And that is surprising since the Bears do not have any subscriber defensive linemen or linebackers. And that pass is way over the receiver's head. And that might have went for 6 if Conner was able to connect. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8. Bears in a great position right now. If they can get a stop, they have a chance at taking the lead. 4 wide receivers set again. Conner going to toss it. And he will chuck it up deep. And that is deflected away by Bully Cooper, and a nice big hit at the end of the play to make sure the receiver can't hang on to it. It's hard to throw the passes over these Cooper brothers. They are huge. 6'4", just beastly men. And a nice stop by the Northern Colorado Bear defense. And that will get Darrell Stats, Darius Mitchell, and Eric Taveras back on offense. See if they can't have another 1-play drive for a touchdown. And the punt is away. You can see the stands are not that full right now. Here is Darius Mitchell up past the 40 and out of bounds at the 46 or 47-yard line. Pretty decent return for him. Again, he has 3 punt returns, 4 touchdowns this season. 4 total returns, 4 touchdowns. And they're going to hand it to him. Right side on the counter. Runs over a defender and picks up maybe 7 yards. So Darius Mitchell, the go-to guy right now for the Bears. But you can also not forget about Eric Taveras, who has 628 yards rushing this season and leads the team in touchdowns with 9. He also has 11 receptions, 176 yards, and 2 scores. 2nd and 4. They're going to hand off to the fullback, the backup fullback, and he will pick up 2 yards. So very interesting. They're not going to have Eric Taveras in there. They had him in at fullback for a play earlier. Stats going to throw it, and that is deflected away at the last second. That was Joseph Lozano with the deflection. That is his 10th on the season. That's going to bring up a 4th down situation for the Bears. Lozano also has 26 tackles, 2 for a loss, 2 picks, 69 interception return yards, and a touchdown with 1 forced fumble. Bears on for the punt. And another skyrocketed kick inside the 10-yard line, and that is caught by Deacon Cooper down at the 5-yard line. So a fantastic play on special teams for the Bears. Connor going to come out under center, way back in his own territory, and he will throw it, and that is deflected away, it looked like. The intended receiver was Johnson, who has been the go-to target so far for Connor. 2nd and 10 from the 5-yard line. 47 seconds remain here, the first. Man in motion up top. That is Malik Higgins. Connor's going to throw it wide open, and that pass is dropped by Johnson, who has been targeted maybe 4 or 5 times already here in the first quarter. And that'll bring up 3rd and 10. Again, the Bears with a chance at a huge stop. Connor's going to hand it off to the fullback, and he is not going to get a yard on that play. Robbie Harris for the Bears has injured his arm on the play. Hopefully that young man is all right and can return. Fourth and 9 upcoming. They got 1 yard on that carry. The Bears with another huge stop. And we get a close-up of the punter on this play. He was about 6 yards deep in the end zone. And another high punt. All the way back past midfield, and Mitchell's going to return it up to the 46-yard line of Cal Poly. And Robbie Harris is out for the game with a strained tricep, so luckily not anything major. He won't miss any other time. Eric Taveras in the backfield, and Stats is going to pitch it out to him. Right side, he'll pick up maybe 2 yards. And that'll get him up to 630 on the season. That'll be the end of the first quarter. We got a tie ball game, folks. This is a little unexpected. I thought Cal Poly would be running away with it by now. But the Bears still clawing their way into the game, trying to take the lead. They're in Cal Poly territory to start the second quarter. See if they can't get Smokey Callahan or Howard Bresnagale involved in the offense today. Stats going to go option again. Keeps it himself. First down and more in the open field. Darrell Stats is gone. The acceleration is outstanding for that young man. That is his 9th touchdown run of the season, just completely untouched. Great block downfield from Smokey Callahan, sprung him free. And I'm not sure where Ralph William, the safety, was for the Mustangs, but that was his area. So the Bears take a surprising 14-7 lead here with an extra point. Completely unexpected. My goodness. The Pac-10 is about to get crazy if the Bears pull off this upset win. Because everybody will have a loss, and anybody in the entire conference, except for Idaho State, will have a shot at winning the Pac-10 title. With a win here today, the Bears would improve their Pac-10 play record to 3-2. And that would tie Southern Utah, I believe, and UC Davis. And the kick is deep to Desmond Lewis. Nope, Malik Higgins, he will just kneel it down in the end zone. And the Mustangs will start off the drive at the 20-yard line. See if Connor can get something going here for the Mustangs. Got a touchdown pass today, but other than that, the offense hasn't really done a whole lot. They had one great drive. Connor's going to throw it again, almost intercepted over the middle linebacker on the deflection. Again, targeting Johnson, the star receiver, who is the actual third best receiver on the roster. Number 89 at the bottom of your screen. 2nd and 10, Connor under center, hot routing a receiver. And he's going to go play action here. Maybe take a deep shot downfield, and he will, and he finds Johnson up past the 40-yard line. Cal Poly with 8 first downs in the game now. UNC with 3. And that was a great throw. And a huge hit by McGee, the cornerback. Nice tackle in the open field. Cal Poly off to a good start on this drive. Johnson, 3 catches, 35 yards today. And about 7 or 8 targets. 4 wide receiver set. Connor is going to hand it off to Lozano. He's in the open field. Up past midfield to the 48-yard line before he is met by Deacon Cooper, who has over 30 tackles on the season now. Going to bring up another first down for the Mustangs. This time in Northern Colorado territory. Both teams over 100 yards of offense so far. And Connor going to go play action again. And he connects to Malik Higgins at the 39-yard line, close to the marker. And they're going to say he was at the 38, and he got the first down. So another great drive here for Cal Poly as they look to tie things back up. 2 tight ends set. Connor, play action again. And that is dropped over the middle. And I believe that was Desmond Lewis on the drop. That brings up 2nd and 10 from the 38. Another 2 tight ends set. Johnson playing tight end on the left side. Lozano in the backfield. And they go play action yet again. Connor finds his man wide open. Inside the 20 or the 25, fumbled, and that is recovered by Desmond Lewis. Almost a huge turnover and a huge takeaway for the Bears. I didn't see who forced the fumble. I'll have to check that out later on. Connor's next pass attempt will be his 200th of the season. And that'll be right here. Another play action pass. Connor finds his man wide open up to the 18-yard line. Keeping the drive going, running some clock out. A nice 9-yard pickup. 41 red zone attempts this season. 31 touchdowns, 4 field goals. One of the most high-powered offenses in the country, and Connor's going to keep throwing it. And that pass is intercepted. Who is it? Eric Taveras on the interception. The halfback out there playing some linebacker. My goodness, that is his first interception of the season, I believe. And he just stole that ball right away from Lozano. And a huge takeaway as the Mustangs were about to go down the field and tie things up. Instead, we're going to see Darrell Stats, Darius Mitchell, and Eric Taveras back on offense. Stats under center, 2 tight ends set. And they're going to hand it off, and that play goes nowhere. Greg Ford on the stop, his 10th tackle for a loss this season. Greg Ford also has an interception on the year as well. And so does Demarius Lamache, who is the right end. So a couple defensive linemen having some interceptions. And there is another tackle for a loss. That's Paxton Eardley, his 5th tackle for a loss this year. He has been the least impactful defensive lineman on this team. That's only his 9th tackle. He does have 2 sacks and 1 pass deflection as well, though. That makes it 3rd and 17. Stats going to have to throw the football, and he will deep downfield. Almost picked off. Not a very good throw at all. Harmon on the deflection. So the Bears, they get a huge takeaway, and then they go 3 and out right afterwards. They're going to have to punt this football away. Back deep to return is going to be Malik Higgins. Barr punting from his own end zone. And this one goes way out to the 36-yard line. Higgins breaks a tackle and taken down at the 49-yard line. Pretty nice return for him. That gets him closer to 300 punt return yards on the season. And Connor and the offense come out at the 48-yard line to start things off. So great field position yet again. And Connor goes play action. They have been doing play action all game. Connor takes off, but Bully Cooper tracks him down instantly. That's about a 4-yard pickup. Second and 7 from the 49-yard line. 4 wide receivers set. Lozano the third in the backfield. And Connor's going to hand it off to him on a counter. And a nice juke move. That's going to get another first down for Cal Poly. They've done a great job today getting first downs. Having some nice long drives. If they didn't have a turnover last drive, they would be tied up right about now. High formation. Connor's going to hand off to Lozano again, and he's only going to get maybe a yard out of it as he closes in on 900 rushing yards for the year. So second and 9 from the 38-yard line. Both teams still have 3 timeouts remaining. And I don't believe we've seen Desmond Lewis at all today on offense. See if they can't try to get him involved. But here's Lozano right side, and he gets a first down again. He's up to 58 yards on 10 carries. Good for a 5.8-yard average. So another nice drive here for the Mustangs. They're going to come out in the shotgun. 2 halfbacks in the backfield. Connor going to throw it. Pressure. Throws off his back foot. Dangerous throw. Connects to Lozano. And that is going to lose them a yard. Not a very good throw from Connor. Again, he is a risk taker. But that is just one that you can't do. There was really no positive outcome on that play at all. You cannot make that throw. Of course, I can't really talk. I've made some pretty rough throws in this game as well. Here's Lozano up the middle. He'll get maybe a yard, which will bring up 3rd and 9. They're not in field goal range right now. The kickers do not have good legs. They're going to have to get 6 or 7 yards to get into possible field goal range right now. Connor going to throw it again. Drops back, deep, wide open, and that pass is dropped. Deacon Cooper closed the gap so fast and absolutely destroyed Desmond Lewis. My goodness. Against any other team, that is a touchdown. That was a perfectly placed ball. Lewis just could not hang on to it. So 4th and 9, they're going to have to go for it here. They're out of field goal range. Connor under center. 4 wide receivers set. This is a huge play. With just over a minute remaining here in the first half. Connor takes another shot, and it's intercepted again. It was intended for Desmond Lewis, and I don't know if he even saw the ball. Let's take another close look here. Oh my goodness, Tavares causes another takeaway here for the Bears defense. He deflected that right into McGee's hands. So Connor with 2 interceptions now. That's going to give him 14 on the season, to go along with 21 touchdowns. My goodness. The Bears defense came to play today. Ralph William on fire at the bottom of the screen right now. Stats under center. And they're going to throw it. And he's going to take off instead and pick up maybe 8 yards. So a good decision for Darrell Stats as he continues to rack up the rushing yards. He's well over 600 yards rushing on the season now with 9 touchdowns, which is tied for first on the team with Eric Tavares. 2nd and 2. Mitchell in the backfield, 2 tight ends set. Stats going to keep it again on the option in the open field. Ralph William can't make the tackle, and Darrell Stats is going to take another one all the way. Are you kidding me? Darrell Stats putting on a show. That was an 84-yard touchdown run. His 10th rushing touchdown of the season. He's got over 700 rushing yards on the year now. Ralph William, the last line of defense, and the sure tackling safety who has 35 tackles on the season, could not make the stop. What a play for Darrell Stats. And the Bears now have a 2-touchdown lead over the number 1 team in the Pac-10, the Cal Poly Mustangs. My goodness. This is the complete opposite of what I expected to happen today, and I'm loving every second of it. And Barr's kick is up and good, so 21-7. 2 plays, 92 yards, took him 16 seconds. Darrell Stats, you are a beast, young man. That leaves 51 seconds remaining here in the first half. It'll be interesting to see if the Mustangs will come out and try to get downfield and maybe get a field goal before the half ends. They got to try to get some sort of points, because the crowd is behind their team right now. The Bears have all the momentum. You need to stop that momentum with a score here. And deep is Malik Higgins, 2 yards deep in his own end zone. Returns this right up the middle and carries the defender up past the 25-yard line to the 27. And for those that are interested in how I record these games, I have never actually seen this game yet. What I do is I hit record, I leave the room, let it happen, and I do not see this game until I do the commentary. So I'm seeing everything for the first time just like you guys. Here is Connor going play action again. Over the middle is Johnson. Or they're just trying to feed all game so far with a 6-yard pickup. Ball on the 33-yard line. Cal Poly with 2 timeouts remaining. But they got to be careful here. They don't want to get stopped and have to give the ball back to the Bears. 4 wide receivers set. Connor will throw it again. Pressured and throws it out deep. Deflected away by McGee. And another huge hit on the receiver. Let's take a look. Deacon Cooper. That man has a family. My goodness. Probably one of the worst throws I've ever seen from Alexander Connor as well. That looked like a dying duck in midair. So 3rd and 4. If you're Cal Poly, you need to get this first down. You cannot give the ball back to Darrell Stats, who is looking like a prime young Mike Vick. Okay, you can't give it back to him right now. 3rd and 4, man in motion, right side. That is Malik Higgins. And they will throw it again. Quick pass, right side, and Lozano does pick up the first down up past the 40-yard line, and they will call a timeout. 33 seconds left, plenty of time. They need about 39 yards to get in field goal range for their kicker. Connor going to throw it again, and he finds Lozano, but he fumbles the football. It is recovered, and who's got it? Number 2, a non-subscriber player. My goodness. Northern Colorado with a chance to rout the Cal Poly Mustangs right now. McGee has a couple deflections today, an interception. Now a forced fumble, just absolutely rocked Raul Lozano III's world on that play. So 27 seconds left. The Bears at their own 48-yard line. Will they keep running the option, or will they try to throw it downfield a little bit? Stats in the shotgun by himself, it looks like. And it is 5 wide receivers set. Stats taking a deep shot downfield. And that is caught, but it is out of bounds from Chip Morris. But I like it, though. You got to take shots. You got a 2-score lead right now. Headed into halftime. You might as well take some shots downfield. Get another score before the half. Stats by himself in the shotgun again. Pressure. Demarius Lamache hits him as he throws it, but they connect anyway for a first down. And that was Swain on the reception. Stats not really known for throwing the football too well. Only 1,075 yards coming into the game. 8 touchdowns, 9 picks on the year. But he has his team up 14 points right now. And he's going to throw it again. Pressured, and Demarius Lamache gets there for the 6th sack of the season for him. And the Bears, only 1 timeout remaining. They're going to use it here, and we're probably going to see a Hail Mary to end the first half. Hope you guys have enjoyed this game so far. I think it's been fantastic. The exact opposite of what I predicted. Stats going to chuck one deep. And he is hit as he throws it. Not a very good pass. And almost intercepted. Oh my goodness. A strong safety laid out for it. That is going to be the end of the first half. 21-7 here in Greeley, Colorado. The Northern Colorado Bears on top of the 6-1, 4-0 in the Pac-10 Cal Poly Mustangs. And the Mustangs do get the ball to start the second half, which is a good sign. They can't afford to get down 3 scores. And Barr on for the kickoff. Another high one. All the way back to the end zone. Desmond Lewis on the return. And he finds a seam, gets up to the 24-yard line. And we will see Alexander Connor for the 39th time today. See if they can't get over 200 yards of offense. We saw more offense in the first half of this game than we did all of last subscriber versus subscriber game, which was yesterday. And that was UC Davis taking on San Diego. But the Toreros defense is nasty. If you haven't watched that game yet, go back and watch it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And Lozano goes nowhere again. Just a 1-yard pickup. And this is very surprising to me. The Bears have nobody on the front 7 that's really worth anything. And the Mustangs are having a hard time trying to get the ground game working right now. So we're going to see a 2nd and 9 from the 25-yard line. Connor going to throw it. Takes a deep shot way downfield. And that is almost intercepted. It's caught by Malik Higgins. You've got to be kidding me. One of the best catches you'll see. Great concentration from Malik Higgins. Let's take another look at that play. See, we got Bully Cooper in coverage. And Deacon Cooper as well. And Malik Higgins comes down with it. Wow. What an unbelievable effort for Higgins. Closing in on 800 receiving yards on the season. And a huge play the Mustangs needed. And they're going to have it left side, maybe a 2-yard pickup. Nothing too crazy. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 7. I'm still stuck on the Malik Higgins catch. Cooper deflects it. Higgins bobbles it and comes down with it. Just such great concentration. Connor going to throw it again. Left side deflected away by McGee, who's having a career game. Connor having a rough time finding open receivers. That should have been another interception, which would have been Connor's 3rd of the game. And that will bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Mustangs. They are in field goal range right now. They're almost on the edge of field goal range. Connor under center. Crowd getting into it. And they're going to go draw play, and Lozano gets it back to the line of scrimmage. So I guess the Mustangs are content with trying a long field goal for their kicker. 4th and 7, they will bring on the field goal unit. Eric Spears Jr. getting some playing time on the snap. And the kick is up. And it is good. So the Mustangs back on the board, 21-10 now, still down by 2 scores. I am very impressed with how Northern Colorado has played today. Probably their most complete game to date. And they haven't really needed to throw the football. They do have the #1 rushing attack in the country, so you don't really need to run the ball at all. We've got 3 players that are over 600 yards rushing, which is just crazy to me. Stats now with 10 touchdown runs on the year. That leads the team. And back to return is Chip Morris, or no, Howard Bresnagal, excuse me. The receiver that doesn't get a whole lot of playing time, or a whole lot of action. I mean, he's in there every play. But he's not the most skilled player. He came into this game with 11 catches, 227 yards, and 1 score. He also has 636 kick return yards on the year. He did have a kick return touchdown, but it was called back on a holding penalty. Very unfortunate. Here is Stats on the option. He somehow pitches it out to Mitchell, who's in the open field and brought down at the 46-yard line. What happened on that play? I have no idea how he pitched that ball to him. Everything going right for the Bears today. Hope you guys have stuck around for the entire 40 minutes of this broadcast so far. We got another 23 minutes to go, guys. Get pumped. Stats under center. Taveras and Mitchell in the backfield. And they're going to hand it to Mitchell. He's going to lose 3 or 4 yards on that play. Sims on the tackle for a loss. The non-subscriber left end who has 6 sacks and actually leads the team. So you got 3 subscriber defensive linemen on Cal Poly, and they have a non-subscriber defensive lineman leading the team in sacks. That is just outrageous. 2nd and 13. Stats in under center again, going on the option, and stuff for no gain. That play was done from the start. And that will bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 12 from the 44-yard line. Bears 0 for 3 on 3rd downs today. That's probably the only thing they haven't done correct today. Mitchell in the backfield with Stats in the shotgun. Stats going to throw it. Throws off his back foot and deflected away, almost picked off. He wanted to find Smokey Callahan, who came into this game with 14 catches, 375 yards, and 3 scores on the year. Barr on for the punt. And he boots this one way up in the air yet again. They like these really high punts, and that goes into the back of the end zone. Not very good coverage. Nobody got downfield. So Connor now with a chance to maybe get in the end zone here, get his team back into the game. They need a touchdown for sure. Field goal is not going to do a whole lot. It'll make it a 1-score game, but then you need a 2-point conversion. So I would be a lot happier with a touchdown here, but Lozano spun around and dropped for a loss of 5 in the backfield. That was an awful play from the start, and they actually give him forward progress, so he only lost 3 yards. But that play was over from the start as well, my goodness. The front 7 for Northern Colorado today. This is the best they played all year. And here's a pass over the middle. Lozano with another catch on the season. It's going to give him 24 on the year now. Connor out dueling Darrell Stats through the air. He does have 2 interceptions, but Stats is just leading his team better with 2 rushing touchdowns. Crowd getting into it. Another 3rd down situation. 3rd and 5. Connor trying to hot route a receiver. It's a little too loud for Lozano the 3rd, and he will throw it. And that is caught wide open as Desmond Lewis up past midfield to the 41-yard line of Northern Colorado. One of the best plays of the game for the Mustangs, and he was wide open. Just torched the corner. Desmond Lewis is, of course, a raw, talented wide receiver, so he's not the fastest in the world, but he's got decent catching. Pretty much all of his stats are even. And then on the other side, they got Malik Higgins, who is an athletic build, very fast. He's got a lot of drops on the season, though. And Connor, again, having a rough time audibling his team. And there's another big loss. Eric Taveras coming through for a tackle. Nice tackle for a loss of 2 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 12 as we are getting closer to the 4th quarter already. These full broadcast games, they're so long, but when I'm doing the commentary, it just goes by so fast. Connor going to throw again, deep down the field. Wants Malik Higgins, I believe, and that pass hits the grass. And that was actually Desmond Lewis. But another play where Deacon Cooper disrupts a pass, or a catch attempt. Cal Poly 3 of 7 on 3rd downs today. They need another one here. 3rd and 12. From the 43-yard line. Connor dropping back, hit as he throws it, goes deep downfield, and it's caught again by Malik Higgins. He is so clutch today. He's 3 yards away from 800 receiving yards on the season to go along with 5 touchdowns. Phenomenal performance from him today, stepping up when his quarterback needs him the most. And that'll give them a 1st down and 10 inside the red zone at the 18-yard line. They need a touchdown. Connor going to hand it off to Lozano. He's stuffed again in the backfield for a loss of 1. I don't know what is going on. up front today for the Mustangs. So they do have Dan Williamson on the offensive line, going up against a whole bunch of non-subscribers. And here is Brock, and he'll pick up maybe 4 yards off the left side. That'll bring up 3rd down and 7. They are in field goal range. 50% on 3rd down conversions today. Shotgun formation, 2 halfbacks in the backfield. Well, 1 halfback and a fullback, rather. Connor going to throw it. Pressure, throws off his back foot again, and connects to Desmond Lewis, I believe. Still no sacks on the game for Northern Colorado, but they have 11 hurries and 2 picks. And this is going to force Cal Poly to send on the field goal unit again. .32-yard field goal attempt. He is 1 of 1 today, and his make was a 32-yard field goal attempt. And this one is up, and that one is also good. So we now have a 1-score game after a 10-play, 65-yard drive that took 3:02 off the clock. There is 4 seconds remaining here in the 3rd. 21-13 is the score here in Greeley, Colorado, in a Pac-10 showdown. After I'm done doing this commentary, I'm going to go watch the Miami Hurricanes get spanked by Pittsburgh. Yeah, Miami's offense is atrocious. Kind of reminds me of UC Davis this year in our dynasty. And the kickoff is deep yet again. And Mitchell's going to take it out of his end zone. He turns it up past the 25 to the 27-yard line. So if anybody else has a college team that they follow, and they're doing trash just like Miami is this year, let me know down in the comments section below or in the live chat right now, because I want to know if I'm the only one suffering in misery right now. Northern Colorado, only 12 passing yards today, but they have not needed it. And they're going to hand it off to Taveras for a 3-yard gain, and that will end the 3rd quarter. Northern Colorado with a chance at a monumental upset here against Cal Poly. They lead it 21-13, excuse me. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I don't know why I do that all the time. Stats, play action. That was a great play action, but he is sacked. My goodness. Cal Poly only allowing 31 rushing yards this season. Today they've allowed 211. And we've got 3 subscriber offensive linemen taking on 3 subscriber defensive linemen today. And one of the best matchups of the season, I think. Stats hot routing a receiver. He'll throw it and throws it deep. That is deflected away at the last second by Adams, the linebacker. So the Bears going to go 3 and out here. Cal Poly, a little bit of momentum shifting here in their favor. Now with a chance to tie things up with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Barr on for the punt. High snap, he corrals it anyway. And another high kick to the 28-yard line. Malik Higgins up the sideline. Gets up to the 47-yard line. Another great return from him. Cal Poly leading the game in yards, 316 to Northern Colorado's 223. And yet they find themselves down by 8. Doesn't help that they've had several turnovers. Fumble by Lozano. A couple interceptions from Connor. And they need a big drive here from their quarterback. 48-yard line. Great field position to start things off. Lozano up the middle, and he'll pick up 7 or 8 yards. Only 71 rushing yards today for Cal Poly, and they average 202 per game. That was a 6-yard carry. Looked like he got a little bit more than that. Well, what do I know? I'm not down on the field. Connor under center again. 2 tight ends set. Johnson on fire. And they're going to keep it on the ground to Lozano, and that does nothing. They go nowhere again. Northern Colorado, I am impressed. That brings up 3rd and 4. Cal Poly 4 of 9 on 3rd down. Northern Colorado is 0 for 5, and they are still in the lead. Some shocking statistics today. Connor going to hand it off again. Why would you... Why? Oh my goodness. Those plays have not been working all game, so let's just keep running them, right? It's going to bring up 4th and 5. Cal Poly keeps the offense on the field at the 47-yard line of Northern Colorado. Connor going to toss it. And he's going to take off instead. He's got the first down, so a great play by the quarterback using his legs. It's going to get him over 400 rushing yards for the year. And a clutch play by the quarterback, extending the drive, trying to tie this thing up. 4 wide receivers set here on 1st and 10. Johnson on fire again on the right side of your screen. And Connor will throw it. Nope, he's going to take off instead and picks up 7 or 8 yards. So another nice decision for Connor and a nice 8-yard pickup. Need to see more of this. Second down and 2. They keep coming out in this 4 wide receiver set. And Connor's going to drop back to throw it. Pressured, hit as he throws, and it's intercepted again. That's McGee. No, it's not McGee. It's number 16. He's going down the sideline, pushed out of bounds at the 43. That's the 4th turnover of the game for Cal Poly. 3 interceptions today for Connor. 15 now on the season. And that was not completely his fault. He was absolutely destroyed as he tried to throw it. And he got up and was able to chase the corner out of bounds, or at least help chase him out of bounds. Now the Bears back on offense with a chance to take a 2-score lead late in the game. 3:23 remains here in the 4th. Again, if you guys are not in the Discord community, go ahead and do that. I will leave a link in the chat and in the comments section below if you are watching this after the live premiere. There's a lot of fun stuff going on in there. Sneak peeks at future series. We talk about past series, present, anything that you guys want to talk about as well. 2nd and 10 here for the Bears. Stats trying to run as much clock out as he can. And he's going to hand it off. Taveras picks up a couple yards, and that will just do enough to run out a little bit more clock. Also, if you guys are not following me on Twitter yet, go ahead and do that. I will try to leave a link in the description as well. Oh, the link for my Twitter is always in the description of every video. 3rd and 8 for the Bears. Stats under center. Smokey Callahan is on fire currently. Haven't seen him make a catch at all today. And Stats going on option it right side in the open field again. Darrell Stats is taken down this time by Ralph William. He makes up for the last touchdown attempt, or tackle attempt on the touchdown, rather. Stats is just so electric. My goodness, as soon as he turns that corner, you know it's going to be a big gain. 144 rushing yards today. Well over 700 rushing yards on the season now. Absolute monster. And again, that's another first down. That's allowing the Bears to run the clock out even more on the Mustangs. Shotgun formation, Mitchell to the right of Stats. I'm expecting a draw or an option. And it's going to be an option, and Mitchell picks up 5 or 6 right up the middle. Nice little read option. Or quarterback choice, as they're called in this game. Cal Poly finally calls a timeout, but I don't know if it's going to do him any good right now. Less than 2 minutes remain. Northern Colorado trying to take a 2-score lead and put this game to bed. And they will hand it off to Taveras. Left side, runs over a defender, gets inside the 5-yard line, down to the 2. And they'll give him credit for the 3-yard line, actually. And he is pumped. Best play of the game for him. You can see on the bottom, Rice beats UTEP, number 2 in the country. And Boise State beats number 4 ranked Nevada. So a couple big upsets here in the top 25. And I was going to say, it's pretty surprising Cal Poly hasn't even been in consideration for ranking this year yet. But if they lose this game here, that just throws that out the window. And here's Mitchell getting nothing on that carry. but again allowing his team to run out as much clock as possible. Cal Poly with only one timeout remaining. They need to have a takeaway here with a chance to get a touchdown and tie this thing up. 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Goal line formation. Mitchell behind the backup fullback. Looks like Taveras is in at the tight end spot on the left side of your screen. And he is. Stats going to option it, and he's going to walk in for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game, and it was way too easy. Not a defender in sight. And Northern Colorado, folks, barring something ridiculous, is going to walk out of here with the biggest upset of their season over the 6-1 Cal Poly Mustangs. Unbelievable game for Darrell Stats. Wow. Now has 11 touchdown runs on the season. And only 8 touchdown passes. The extra point is good, so it's 28-13. Does Connor have any magic left in him? Can he score a touchdown here? Maybe get an onside kick and score again. We have seen some crazy things. We've seen a few onside kick recoveries in our FCS tournaments before this dynasty. If you haven't watched those tournaments yet, go ahead and check those out. Those were super fun, and those tournaments are what decided what 12 teams we were going to use. Ball on for the kickoff. And this is a line drive kick. And it actually goes 5 yards deep in the end zone. Desmond Lewis is going to kneel that one in the end zone. And they'll start this drive at the 20-yard line. Stats, player of the game for Northern Colorado, no surprise. Malik Higgins, player of the game for Cal Poly. Again, no surprise. He's been the most impactful player for the Mustangs today. See if Connor will target him here. And he's going to throw it over the middle. He's picked off by Bully Cooper. Oh, my goodness. That's his 4th interception on the season. He threw it right to him. And that's going to put a bow on this one, folks. Northern Colorado. Huge victory. They're going to improve to 4-5 on the season now. 3-2 in Pac-10 play. Cal Poly is now 4-1 in Pac-10 play, tied with like 2 other teams. They dropped to 6-2 on the season. They won't be ranked anytime soon. And the backup fullback's going to run over a cornerback and pick up 7 yards. Man, they can't stop anybody. And when they do, it's with a personal foul face mask for Harmon. Wow. Let me know in the chat if you guys are as shocked as I am right now. Head coach Raul Lozano is livid on the sideline. He has no idea what's happening. In a complete state of shock. Alexander Connor throws 4 interceptions today and only 1 touchdown. That'll leave him with 21 touchdowns this year and 16 interceptions. And I believe 8 of his interceptions came in 2 games. Pretty sure he had another 4 interception game earlier in the year, a couple weeks back. Or it might have been last week, actually. Bears in the goal line formation, 2nd and 12. And Stats going to hand off to the backup fullback again. He's in the open field up to the 6-yard line. I thought he was going to score. He's actually taken down at the 7, so it'll be 3rd and 7 from the 7. Bears finally converted a 3rd down today. 1 of 6. I formation, Taveras and Mitchell in the backfield. Smokey Callahan on fire. But I'm just going to expect a run right up the middle. Stats running all the clock out. And they'll hand it off to Mitchell on a counter play. And Darius Mitchell is in the end zone, making this game look even more silly. As time expires, he scores it. What in the world just happened today? 34-13, the Northern Colorado Bears completely destroy the Cal Poly Mustangs. I am in a complete state of shock right now. My goodness. Darrell Stats, player of the game, obviously. Phenomenal performance on the ground. Just unstoppable. Darius Mitchell gets his 8th touchdown run of the season. Wow. Mustangs 339 yards of offense, but they had 5 turnovers. The Bears had 0. Goodness gracious. Darrell Stats, 1 of 9, 12 yards. No touchdowns, no picks. He didn't need any of that. 11% today, fantastic. But he had 145 yards on the ground, 3 scores. Darius Mitchell, 2 touchdowns today, so that actually gives him 9 on the season. I forgot he had one earlier in the game on an option play. No fumbles today for the Bears. Swain had the only reception. Sebastian Hernandez had a drop, apparently. Don't know when that happened. Mike Heath allows his 7th sack on the season. But he does have 54 pancakes now. Bully Cooper, 8 tackles today. That led the team. Deacon Cooper with 4. Absolutely dominating performance today. Again, I am very shocked. 4 interceptions for Connor. 1 to Bully Cooper, 1 for Eric Taveras. McGee had 1, Anderson had 1, a bunch of deflections. McGee had 2 forced fumbles as well. Outstanding performance. This is the best game of the season for the Bears defense. And there's Connor, 19 of 34, 251 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 picks. He wasn't sacked at all today. The offensive line was doing a great job pass protecting, but the ground game could not get anything going for the Mustangs, which was forcing Connor to throw passes all game. He was able to connect with Malik Higgins 4 times for 102 yards. He now has 30 catches on the season for 797 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns. Dane Williamson, 15 pancakes. That's going to give him 71 pancakes on the year and only 1 sack allowed. He's a beast, and he will definitely be in the top 5 for the Matt Burke Award at the end of the year. Erdley, Lamache, Ford, Sims all had tackles for a loss today. Lamache, Erdley, and Sims had sacks, no interceptions, bunch of deflections. There's actually 6 deflections, so Darrell Stats goes 1 of 9, and 6 of those incomplete passes were deflections. That's crazy. Those are the players of the game: Higgins, Williams, Erdley, Stats, McGee, and Cooper. Gavin Brady will be back next week for the Bears, so they got that going for them. Our next Cal Poly game, they will be hosting the Sacramento State Hornets in a Week 11 matchup, And our next Bears game, they will be traveling to take on the Southern Utah Thunderbirds in a Week 11 matchup. Another fun game that'll be. Our next game, which will be out tomorrow, is Furman traveling to take on the North Dakota State Bison. I'll see you guys then. Take it easy.